Home Secretary Jacqui Smith and her husband have apologised following another controversy over MPs' expenses. She said she had mistakenly submitted an expenses claim which included the cost of 2 pay-per-view adult films which were watched at her family home. Ms Smith is already under investigation over allowances claimed for her second home. Reid reports.
Happier times for the Smiths, but today she was said to be livid with him and he was utterly mortified. There was no hiding their humiliation. Expenses claims for viewing adult movies leaked to the papers. Jacqui Smith wasn't at home when it happened. Today, sources said her husband will be on the sofa for a while, despite issuing a sheepish apology.
I am really sorry for any embarrassment I have caused Jacqui. I can fully understand why people might be angry and offended by this. Quite obviously, a claim should never have been made for these films. And as you know, that money is being paid back.
A copy of a bill from last April obtained by a Sunday paper shows 5 separate pay-per-view films were including 2 so-called additional features, a euphemism for adult films. Jacqui Smith said she'd mistakenly submitted the claim, that she'd contacted the authorities and will pay back all the money claimed for the television package. MPs are allowed to claim up to £24,000 a year for expenses incurred from running a second home. These include cable TV, telephone and other communications charges like the internet. But the rules do state that any claim has to be exclusively for performing their parliamentary duties.
It is the tip of an iceberg. There are many other MPs, probably less well known than the Home Secretary, whose arrangements also don't pass muster in my view. But I think as far as Mrs Smith is concerned, she seems to be so unbelievably out of touch with this.
Jacqui Smith is already being investigated for controversially claiming over £100,000 in second home allowances for her family home. She's not the only one. Employment Minister Tony McNulty's also in the spotlight. He lives 3 miles from Westminster but claimed allowances on a house 11 miles away. A cabinet colleague accepted that the rules on allowances had to change.
I'm not going to make any comment about individual allegations in respect of MPs' expenses. What I know is that the system has to be much, much clearer than it was in the past.
The Home Secretary has the huge issue of the G20 and public order to deal with this week. Public embarrassment was not meant to be part of the script. Reid, BBC News.
The Spanish government has had to intervene for the first time to